Ashley's POV. I put my usual clothes on. A white top, black skinny jeans and a leather jacket. But today was no ordinary day. It was summer, and I was going to my most favorite place. Summer camp. As I look at myself in my mirror, my phone then rings. I pick it up. "Hello?" I answered. "Hey Ashley." My 4 best friends said in unison. "Lucy, Alyssa, Jessica, and Mo. Can't wait to see you guys there. Are you on your way?" I asked. "You're late. We got here before you did." I hear Mo's voice. "I'll be there soon anyway. My mom's gonna drop me over." I say, playing with the things on my table. "Okay. See you later, girl," Alyssa said, and then I heard a chorus of goodbyes from the other girls as I chuckled, hanging up. I quickly do all my makeup and pack it up inside my purple suitcase. I smile, whispering a bye to my room and walking down the stairs to my mother. I wasn't gonna see my mom, dad, and brother for 21 days. "Bye guys," I smile at my dad and my brother, taking me into a big hug. "No boys." My dad holds a finger at me. I roll my eyes. "Like I ever hang out with any?" I shrugged as they laughed. I wave one last time and get into my mom's minivan. I then put all my things at the back seat and then we're off. "Lucy." I grinned at the first person I saw on the campsite as she smiled widely, grasping me into a tight hug. The last time I've seen her was last summer. "Hey Ashley." She gives me a rub on the back as we pull away from the hug. I walk with her to their cabin. "Don't worry, we requested you'd stay with us," she tells me. "Yay. And no, that isn't sarcasm." I laughed. "Hey Ashley." I smile at the 3 other girls who said my name. I each hug them individually. "Hey Mo." "Hey Alyssa." "Hey Jessica." I say all their names as they laughed. "Now that's your bed." Jessica points at the one at the way back of the cabin in the right corner. "Wow. I completely regret not getting here early." I chuckled, walking over to it, setting my 2 heavy suitcases on that bed. There was one king-sized bed which Alyssa and Mo shared, and 2 individual beds like the one I had for Lucy and Jessica. I smiled. "What's the first thing we have to do?" I asked. Lucy bit her lip, digging for something in her handbag. She then handed me a piece of paper, which was the whole schedule for the day. "First thing is bonfire at 4? It's 3 now. Sue in an hour?" I glare at all 4 girls. They nodded. Harry's POV. 2 hours before Ashley went to summer camp. I was holding a pie in my hand, running away from all 4 boys chasing me through the long hallway. We were here just chilling. Not really chilling. More like doing some things that got us into real trouble. I mean, we're teenagers, right? "You'll never catch me, suckers," I shout as I hear the footsteps behind me. When I turn around, I see them way far back. I laughed, but when I turned around, the pie seemed to smash into something. I gasped. It was Simon. "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Uncle C. I really didn't." He just closed his eyes in both disappointment and anger, wiping the whipped cream all over his face. "Boys, living room, now." He talked through gritted teeth as all 4 boys looked at me with wide eyes as they saw what I accidentally did to Simon. We all sat on the red L-shaped couch as Simon sat in the seat in front of us. He didn't look too happy. I think it's because we've been getting into a lot of trouble lately. This wasn't the first time. And it was only mid-July. "Boys, you've been getting in a lot of trouble lately. With security, your stylist, other people that are in charge of you, and lastly me. I have made my decision, but I've been thinking of doing this long ago. You need a lesson, and somewhere that'll actually teach you how to stay out of your trouble," he explained. Now all of us boys were just looking at him with concentrated faces as we waited for him to say what he needed to say. He finally decided to answer. "You're going to summer camp." Chapter 2. Ashley's POV. Shit, it's Todd. Alyssa runs her fingers through her hair as she glares out the cabin window. Todd is a huge jerk, but got the looks. I mean, why like a boy for his looks and not for his insides? Not his guts, but I mean his personality. Alyssa has been liking him ever since last summer, but she couldn't tell him. And I got just the idea. As she stood in front of the door, I pushed her out at the exact time Todd passed, so she bumped into him. Alyssa's POV. Just as I'm staring out the screen door, Ashley pushes me out, so I landed on top of Todd. His perfect shaped brown hair, the light gray eyes, and the hot body. He's got everything a girl could ever want. I find myself lost in his eyes as I lay on top of him. I'm so sorry. I didn't do that on purpose, I swear. I hold a hand up, moving my brown wavy hair out of my face. Hi, I didn't catch your name. He points a finger at me as he helps me up, and we're both facing each other. I'm Alyssa. My eyes widen slightly. Here, you can probably come by my cabin sometime. Cabin number 213. He says. I grin widely. Yeah? He asked. I nod my head heavily. Course. I surely will come by sometime. I say. See you at the bonfire. He gives me a friendly smile and walks away as I wave, still frozen in my spot. As he leaves out of my sight, I jump excitedly as I couldn't keep that smile off my face. I walk slowly back into the cabin, shutting the door as I sink to the floor, holding my knees to my chest, grinning widely at the wall. Can I get a thank you now? Ashley teased. Thank you so much, I love you. I shout, jumping up from my spot and hugging her tightly, and both unexpectedly. Love you too. She laughed. But be careful, Alyssa. I still don't approve of him. Just because he looks good doesn't mean anything. Ashley warned, letting go of the hug. Oh, lighten up a bit. Who knows? I shrugged. The other girls sighed. Guys, off to the bonfire. Jessica smiles as we jump from our seats on our beds to the outside and to where usually the bonfires begin. On the grass field, and a hug fire right at the middle. All of the people gather around the place as the head of the whole camp comes walking up onto the stage. Hello everyone. How has summer been so far? She asked. By the way, she was Jessica's mom. Everyone choruses a few goods or just woohoos. Jessica smirks, not saying anything else. Everyone knows how we start this bonfire, right? She asked. Once again, another chorus of yes. We won't be starting that way. She added as people laughed. Apparently, we have some famous boys big in the music industry, but nothing too big. Now this is the golden rule. No bothering them, or else you will be kicked out of this year's summer camp. No one would like that, would they? She shrugged carelessly. I chuckled as Jessica rolled her eyes at her mom's actions. WHO's coming? Jessica asks impatiently from the front row with us. Just as I said, they will not be getting any special treatment, they are just here for the summer. Agree? She talks into the microphone. Yes, master. Me and the girls say as she rolls her eyes. Jessica's mom was always like a teenager. She never acted like she was even an adult. So I will be saying the name now. 5 boys, here are One Direction. She shouted, and just in time they came out on that stage with my mom. Me and the girls frowned as everyone clapped and cheered loudly. We weren't making a sound. Did I tell you we hated One Direction's guts? Why did they have to come here to ruin my summer? This was not cool. Any protests? She cued for someone to come up on stage and talk onto the microphone. I didn't even hesitate. I climbed up on stage and moved everyone on that platform. I refuse. I mean, who can enjoy their summer with these idiots hanging around? I don't mean to say anything for the fangirls out there, I mean, you can like whatever you like. But really? These guys? I motion my hands at the 5 boys standing there innocently. That's all I have to say. I'd like to stay as far away from them as possible. I finish it off and climb off, standing back down next to my friends with arms crossed. Okay. Now our performance starting the bonfire is obviously One Direction. Jessica's mom gestures at them as she gets off stage, and they start singing an extremely familiar song. I've heard it on the radio, at school dances, and everything like that. It's extremely hard to escape from that song. I mean, it's everywhere. Have you guessed it? If you did not, it is What Makes You Beautiful. Now all Directioners were squealing and some fainting too. Oh my god. This is the worst bonfire ever. I find the curly-haired one staring at me as he sang. I roll my eyes in disgust, looking away. But all he had was a huge smirk on his face. My friends weren't enjoying any of this either. You could call us haters, I don't care. I mean, the world wouldn't go round without any haters. As they finally finished, more and more talented people sang at the bonfire stage when I decided not to. I never performed on a stage. And especially not in front of people. Harry's POV. Yayi, we got some haters already. This can seriously not get any better. I groaned. I wasn't even in the mood for performing. Neither were the boys. But this beautiful girl. She hated us too, but she was really stunning. She obviously didn't like any of us. Neither did her friends, but her friends were also a group of stunning girls. The lady then introduced herself as Sarah Wilson as we nodded at that. Now your cabin. I'll show you. It's up to you boys to find out anywhere you want to go. For food, to catch a swim, the music room, or whatever. But everything is closed at exactly 12 a.m. What if we probably get hungry in the middle of the night and... No. Neil, that won't happen. Liam covers his mouth as I stifled a laugh. Now we were just following Sarah until she led us to our cabin. Here it is. Number 343. She gestures her hands at the really old-looking area. We sighed. Thanks. We mumbled and we were led into 5 beds and a bathroom. Alrighty. Enjoy your stay. She has a small smile and leaves us to ourselves. I walk myself to a random bed and put my stuff down, laying myself on it. I shut my eyes and I find myself falling into a deep sleep. As I heard the boys chattering off about something, but I couldn't really hear it out. Ashley's POV. As I walked by cabin 343, which was just right next to ours, number 342, I gasped. When I got here, that cabin was empty. Who's living in there now? Mo tilted her head. Who else? I hissed, angry that we even get to live next to theirs. I was about to rip my hair out. This was complete craziness. Alyssa groaned. Why did they even have to come here? Want to go talk to the counselor? Jessica asks, referring to her mom. Right ahead of you. I grumbled as we stomped to the counselor's office. Sarah, you don't understand. We came here to enjoy our summer. But with them in it? It isn't possible. I explained. Mom, please. I'm your daughter. Was the best excuse she could make. Still. This camp was made to discipline you and to add a sprinkle of fun in there. You get what you get. They are normal boys and you have to get used to that. Or else if I find any trouble or tension between you group of girls with those group of boys, then I will have no choice to put you in the punishment cabin. No. Not the punishment cabin. That cabin was the largest one and it was surely paradise since it was 2 floors and stranded alone without any neighbors further into the woods. But you had to get stuck there with the ones you got into trouble with. That was what ruined it. Then I guess ignoring them was the best thing to do now. Okay. Fine. Mo answered for us as we all sighed. I'd rather stay as of right now, than go into that freaking punishment cabin. Then try to be friends with them. That's probably the best thing to do. She says. Not exactly. Lucy grumbled, running her fingers through her blonde hair. We're going. Jessica says, and we all leave and head back to the cabin. Harry's POV. I flutter my eyes open to find it was already sunset. How long did I sleep? I quickly stretch and look out the window to see the same girls who were our new haters actually. My eyes widened. I shook Neil, who was sleeping in the bed next to me. No, I wouldn't bother. He wouldn't wake up anyway. I skip his bed to the other, which was Louis. He was probably the best to talk to right now. Lou? I shake him slightly. He muttered. We're living next to them. I point out the window to the girls talking about something. Well, then this will be one hell of a summer then. He smirked. Now what did he mean by that?